Welcome back to the channel JF Coin. Today we're diving into something super exciting, the story behind one of the most talked about coins in modern US numismatics, the 2012 quarter dollar. You might think all quarters are worth only 25 cents, but stick around because some 2012 quarters have shocked the coin world and sold for hundreds and even thousands of dollars. What makes these coins special, what to look for, and why collectors are chasing after them? We're going deep into all of it. Before we begin, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss out on rare coin updates, collecting tips, and hidden treasures that might be sitting right in your pocket. Change. Section 1. The basics. What is the 2012 quarter? The 2012 quarter is part of the United States Mint's America the Beautiful Quarters program. In 2012, the U.S. Mint released 5 national park and historic site designs, including El Yunque National Forest, Chaco Culture National Historic Park, Acadia National Park, Hawaii Volcanoes National Park, and Denali National Park and Preserve. These quarters still have the familiar portrait of George Washington on the front, but the reverse shows incredible scenes from these American treasures. What most people don't realize is that while billions of these were produced for circulation, there are rare varieties and collectible versions that can be worth incredibly more than their face value of 25 cents. Some have become the holy grail for collectors and investors alike. Section 2. Why collectors love 2012 QUARTRS. So what makes these quarters different? Most everyday 2012 coins you see in circulation are worth just face value or a little more if they're in pristine shape. But here's where things get exciting. There are special edition versions, limited silver issues, and even coins with minting errors that can sell for far more than you'd ever expect. For example, millions of the standard Denver and Philadelphia mint versions were released into circulation and typically are only worth about $1 or $2 even in uncirculated condition. But 5-ounce pure silver versions of certain 2012 quarters can carry survival values well into the hundreds of dollars. And that's just the beginning. Take the 2012 P5 ounces 99.9% silver Denali Alaska quarter for instance. Because it's heavy and made of pure silver with a very limited mintage of about 20,000 pieces, it can fetch prices from around $250 up to more than $555 or more depending on condition. That's a massive jump from 25 cents. And similar silver versions of other 2012 quarters like the Hawaii Volcanoes issue have seen values that easily exceed $300 and can approach $800 or more in top condition. These are not your everyday pocket change. These are premium collector coins with real investment potential. Section 3. Error coins. The hidden treasures. Now listen closely because this is where the real treasure stories begin. Some of the most dramatic value jumps in 2012 quarters come from minting errors. These errors happen when something goes slightly wrong during production. Maybe a foreign object gets trapped in the press, maybe the coin is struck off center, or maybe the dies clash and leave strange impressions. These mistakes are rare, and rarity drives value. Some examples include a 2012 P Alaska quarter with a strike-through error sold at auction for more than $1,000 because the imprint from foreign material created a dramatic and unusual look. Other error types like double die reverse errors, overdate errors where the date is mispunched and looks strange or doubled, and off-center strikes where the design isn't perfectly centered have fetched several $100s each. These coins are like a fingerprint. No two are exactly the same, and collectors are always hunting for unique ones that stand out from the rest. Every collector's dream is to find an error coin that tells a story and has documented value in the marketplace. Section 4. Market values and current prices. In the current market world, values depend heavily on coin condition and rarity. There are documented cases of top-graded 2012 quarters, especially highly graded silver versions or rare errors, selling for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. One example from numismatic sales records shows that rare 2012 quarter types in MS68 grade have hit very high prices at major auctions. What's fascinating is that a high-condition El Yunque quarter with special first strike certification reached values in the multiple thousands of dollars range, a staggering jump from the face value of a quarter. That's the kind of story coin collectors dream about. On the more common side, Regular uncirculated 2012 quarters from general circulation may still only sell for a couple of dollars or a bit more in perfect condition, but the rare versions make all the difference. Coin values are like waves. The bigger and rarer the wave, the more excitement in the market. Section 5. What to look for if you have a 2012 QUARTR? Alright, treasure hunters, here's the part you've been waiting for. How do you tell if your 2012 quarter could be worth more than its face value? First, check the mint mark. P, D, and S all mean something. P stands for Philadelphia, D for Denver, and S for San Francisco. The S mint often struck proof coins that can be more valuable. Silver versions, especially the heavy 5-ounce ones, stand out immediately because they are large and heavy compared to normal quarters. Next, look for anomalies. Does the date look funny? Is any lettering doubled? Is part of the design off-center or missing? Do any bumps or dents look like they happened during the minting process rather than later in circulation? These visual clues could mean you're holding a mint error. If your coin looks pristine and unique in any way, consider getting it professionally graded by a reputable coin grading service. A professional assessment can confirm authenticity and quality, and can greatly affect value if you plan to sell or insure the coin. Section 6. Final thoughts and call TOACTION. So there you have it. The 2012 quarter may look like a simple 25-cent piece, but for collectors and investors it's a coin with stories, surprises, and sometimes serious value. Whether it's rare silver bullion issues, eye-catching mint errors, or high-grade collector coins, the 2012 quarter continues to fascinate the numismatic world. If you enjoyed this deep dive and want more coin collecting insights, leave a comment telling us which coin you want us to cover next. Share this video with your fellow collectors, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more treasure-filled content. Until next time, keep hunting, keep collecting, and keep dreaming big. You never know which quarter could be your golden ticket. Would you like a thumbnail, title, idea, and video description script too? I can write those next. Today you are about to discover why a small everyday coin from your pocket could be hiding a shocking secret. Yes, I am talking about the Liberty Quarter. 2013, a coin most people spend without a second thought, but collectors around the world are searching for it, and some examples are being talked about with a market value reaching $442. So before you skip this video or toss your change aside, watch carefully because this quarter might change the way you look at money forever. Let me start with a simple question. Have you ever really looked at a quarter, not just glanced at it, but truly studied the details, the shine, the year, the mint mark? Because history often hides in plain sight. The Liberty Quarter represents more than just 25 cents. It represents freedom, strength, and the long journey of American coinage. By 2013, the United States Mint had already produced billions of quarters, yet this year holds special interest for collectors. The 2013 Liberty Quarter dollar comes from a modern era, but modern does not mean worthless. In fact, some modern coins are more valuable than coins from 100 years ago. The reason is low mintage varieties, perfect condition strikes, and collector demand. In 2013, quarters were produced at multiple mints: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Each mint leaves a tiny clue on the coin, a small letter that can make a huge difference in value. Now imagine finding a 2013 Liberty Quarter with an unusual feature, a doubled design, an off-center strike, a weak or missing detail, or an exceptionally sharp strike with mirror-like surfaces. These are the coins that collectors fight over. Some collectors report rare high-grade examples and error varieties selling for hundreds of dollars, and yes, the number $442 has been mentioned for exceptional pieces, especially those graded in top condition by professional grading services. Condition is everything. A scratched and worn coin is usually just pocket change, but a coin that looks almost untouched with full details on Liberty, sharp edges, strong luster, and no signs of circulation. That is where the magic happens. The Liberty design itself tells a powerful story. Liberty stands as a symbol of independence and hope, a reminder of the values that shaped a nation. Holding this coin is like holding a piece of modern history. What makes the 2013 Liberty Quarter even more exciting is that many are still out there hiding in drawers, piggy banks, old jars, and even in your wallet right now. People often think valuable coins must be old, but collectors know Better they know rarity and condition matter more than age alone. Imagine pulling out a quarter you received as change, checking the date, seeing 2013, and realizing it could be worth far more than you ever imagined. This is why coin hunting is so addictive. It turns everyday moments into treasure hunts. A simple trip to the store, a handful of change, and suddenly you are searching for history. Collectors study tiny details, the thickness of letters, the alignment of the design, the quality of the strike, because these small details can mean the difference between face value and hundreds of dollars. The market for rare quarters is constantly changing as more people learn about valuable modern coins. Demand grows, prices rise, and competition becomes fierce. A top quality 2013 Liberty quarter that reaches the highest grading levels becomes a prize not just for its money value but for its rarity, its beauty, and its story. That is why some examples are talked about at values like $442, not for every coin but for the right coin, the special one, the one collectors dream about. So what should you do next? First, do not spend your quarters without looking. Second, check the year, check the condition, look closely for anything unusual. Third, if you think you found something special, consider having it evaluated by a professional. Coin collecting is not just a hobby, it is a journey, a lesson in history, art, and patience. The 2013 Liberty quarter dollar proves that treasure is not always buried deep underground. Sometimes it is sitting quietly in your pocket. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the Liberty quarter, make sure to like this video, subscribe for more hidden coin values, and comment below if you have ever found a surprising coin. Remember, your next piece of change could be worth far more than you think. Keep searching, keep learning, and keep hunting for hidden treasures. Today we are uncovering the shocking history, rare details, hidden errors, and the reason why collectors are paying up to $442 for this one coin. So before you skip this video or spend that quarter, watch carefully, because this could be the most valuable pocket change you have ever owned. The Liberty quarter has always been a symbol of American freedom, strength, and independence. The image of liberty represents more than money. It represents history, struggle, and pride. While most people focus on old silver quarters, very few realize that some modern Liberty-style quarters can explode in value due to rare minting mistakes, limited varieties, and collector demand. The 2018 Liberty quarter dollar is one of those coins that shocked the coin world. At first glance, the 2018 quarter looks normal. George Washington appears strong and detailed on the front. The word Liberty stands boldly at the top, and "I in God we trust" sits proudly beside the portrait. The date 2018 seems ordinary, but what hides inside this coin is what makes it special. Collectors discovered that a small number of 2018 quarters were struck with unusual features. These include doubled lettering, weak strikes, off-center designs, unusual mint marks, and die cracks that were never meant to leave the mint. These mistakes turned a common coin into a rare collectible. One of the most valuable versions is the 2018 Liberty quarter with a strong doubled die effect. When you look closely, you may see doubling on the word Liberty, the date 2018, or Washington's profile. This is not damage. This happens during the minting process and cannot be recreated. That is why collectors pay serious money for it. Another rare variety includes quarters with off-center strikes where part of the design is missing or shifted. These errors happen when the coin blank is not placed correctly during striking. The more dramatic the error, the higher the value climbs. Some 2018 Liberty quarters also showed die cracks and raised lines running across the coin. These cracks tell a story of worn mint equipment still being used. While that sounds like a flaw, collectors see it as a fingerprint of history. Now let's talk about condition, because condition changes everything. A circulated 2018 Liberty quarter with light wear may only be worth a few dollars if it has an error. But uncirculated examples with sharp details, clean surfaces, and strong luster can skyrocket in value. Coins graded MS67 or higher by professional grading services have reached prices close to $442 in collector sales. That number is not random. It comes from real demand, rarity, and competition among collectors who want the best examples for their collections. Why would someone pay that much for a modern quarter? The answer is simple: scarcity and future potential. Many era coins are discovered years after release. As time passes, fewer high-grade examples remain. Coins get scratched, spent, or lost. When collectors realize how rare a certain variety is, prices rise fast. The 2018 Liberty quarter sits in that perfect zone. old enough to be rare, new enough to be overlooked. This is exactly how valuable coins are born. Now imagine this. Millions of people use these quarters for vending machines, parking meters, and grocery stores. Only a tiny fraction survived in mint condition with errors intact. That makes every surviving coin more desirable every year. Collectors are not just buying metal. They are buying a moment in history. If you want to check your own coin, here is what to do. First, look at the date 2018 under strong light. Check for doubling or thickness in the numbers. Second, examine the word Liberty for any shadow or extra lines. Third, look around Washington's face and hair for unusual texture or doubling. Fourth, check the rim and edges for off-center alignment. Finally, inspect the surface for raised cracks or lines that do not look like scratches. If you think you found something special, do not clean the coin. Cleaning destroys value instantly. Store it safely and consider professional grading. The market for rare quarters is stronger than ever. New collectors enter the hobby every day, and modern era coins are easier for beginners to understand and afford. That drives prices higher. Today it might be worth hundreds. Tomorrow it could be more. So the next time you receive change, slow down. Look closely. That small quarter might be hiding a big secret. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 2018 Liberty Quarter Dollar and want more videos about rare coins hiding in plain sight, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications, because the next valuable coin could already be in your pocket. Today we are diving deep into one of the most talked about modern coins, the Liberty-style quarter dollar connected with the year 2020, a coin that shocked collectors when examples reached a market value around $442. Stay with me till the end, because this story mixes history, mystery, rare errors, and smart collecting secrets that most people still ignore. Welcome back to the channel. If you love coins, hidden money, and real treasure stories, make sure you like this video and subscribe, because what you are about to hear might change the way you look at your spare change forever. Let us start with the word liberty. Liberty is not just a design, it is the soul of American coinage. From the earliest days of the United States, liberty has appeared on coins as a symbol of freedom, strength, and independence. For more than 2 centuries, liberty has taken many forms on U.S. coins: flowing hair, seated liberty, standing liberty, and later modern interpretations that honor the same idea. Every time liberty appears on a coin, collectors pay attention, because liberty designs almost always carry strong historical and emotional value. Now let us jump to the quarter dollar. The U.S. quarter has been in circulation since 1796 and has gone through many design changes. From the draped bust to the standing Liberty quarter and later the Washington quarter, each version tells a story about its time. The standing Liberty quarter, minted from 1916 to 1930, is one of the most loved designs ever made. That design alone created a powerful legacy that still influences collectors today. Fast forward to the modern era and we reach the year 2020. At first glance, a 2020 quarter looks like ordinary pocket change. Millions were minted, and most are worth only face value. But here is where things get interesting. Certain 2020 quarter dollar coins connected with liberty-themed symbolism, rare minting conditions, and specific errors have exploded in value on the collector's market. So how does a 2020 quarter reach a value around $442? The answer is rarity plus condition plus demand. First, condition is everything. Coins are graded on a scale, and the highest grades mean the coin looks almost perfect, with sharp details, strong strike, and original luster. Some 2020 quarters have been professionally graded at extremely high levels. These top-grade examples are very hard to find because modern coins are often mishandled, scratched, or worn right after minting. Second, mint errors play a massive role. Certain 2020 quarters were struck with dramatic errors. These include off-center strikes, doubled details, die cracks, missing design elements, and unusual surface textures. When liberty-related design elements appear distorted or doubled in a clear and eye-catching way, collectors go wild. Error coins are unique or very limited, and that uniqueness is what drives prices into the hundreds of dollars. Third, collector demand. The coin collecting world has changed. More people are collecting now than ever before. Social media, online auctions, and YouTube videos have created massive interest in modern rare coins. When a few high-profile sales show a 2020 quarter selling for hundreds of dollars, demand jumps instantly. Collectors rush to find similar coins, and prices climb fast. One famous sale shocked the community when a high-grade 2020 quarter with a strong Liberty-inspired strike and noticeable mint error reached a value close to $442. That sale proved one important thing. Even modern coins can become valuable if they meet the right conditions. Now let us talk about history again. While the 2020 quarter is modern, it still carries the deep legacy of liberty that began over 200 years ago. Collectors love the idea that a coin made in recent times can still connect them to the original values of freedom and independence. That emotional connection adds power to the price. Many people make a big mistake by ignoring modern coins. They believe only old coins are valuable. That is not true anymore. Modern coins with rare features can outperform older coins in the market. The 2020 Liberty Connected Quarter is a perfect example of this new collecting trend. So how can you check your own coins? Start by looking closely at your 2020 quarters. Examine the details with good lighting. Look for doubling in letters and numbers. Check Liberty-related features for unusual shapes or thickness. Inspect the edges and surfaces for cracks or missing details. If you find something strange, do not clean the coin. Cleaning can destroy value instantly. Instead, store it safely and consider professional grading. Grading is important because a graded coin gains trust. Collectors and buyers feel confident paying high prices when a coin is authenticated and graded. That is how a simple quarter can move from pocket change to a serious collectible. Let us talk about the market today. The coin market is always changing, but strong examples remain valuable. Coins similar to the famous high-value 2020 quarter continue to attract attention. While not every coin will reach $442, the possibility alone keeps collectors searching. And remember, many great finds happen by accident. Imagine telling your friends that a quarter you found could pay for groceries, fuel, or even more. That is the magic of coin collecting. It turns ordinary moments into treasure hunts. In the end, the 2020 Liberty Connected Quarter Dollar teaches us an important lesson. Value is not only about age. It is about rarity, story, condition, and demand. A coin does not need to be centuries old to be special. Sometimes history is still being made right now, quietly sitting in your change. So the next time you hear coins jingle in your pocket, stop and look. That small silver-colored disc might be more than just 25 cents. It might be a hidden gem waiting to be discovered. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 2020 Liberty Quarter Dollar, hit the like button, share this video with fellow collectors, and comment below if you have ever found a rare coin yourself. Subscribe for more hidden money stories, because you never know, the next video might help you spot a fortune hiding in plain sight.